In ASP NET Core, run, use, and map are middleware extension methods that play a vital role in configuring the request processing pipeline. They allow you to define how incoming HTTP requests are handled by your application. Here's a detailed explanation of each method. 1. Run, request delegate. This method acts as the terminal middleware component in the pipeline. It takes a single argument of type request delegate, which is a delegate function that represents the final processing logic for the request. Once run is called, no further middleware components are invoked. The provided request delegate handles the request and generates the response. Typical usage. I often used at the end of the middleware pipeline to specify the final handler for requests that haven't been matched by any previous middleware. Can be used for simple applications with a single request handler. Example: public void configure, iApplication Builder app, iWebHost environment env. If env. is development. App use developer exception page. App run, async context equals. Await context, response.write async, hello from ASP NET Core. 2. Use, func, request delegate. This method is used to add a new middleware component to the request processing pipeline. It takes a function, a delegate, as an argument. This function receives the existing request delegate as input and returns a new request delegate. The new request delegate returned by the function becomes the next handler in the pipeline. The original request delegate is typically passed further down the pipeline using invoke. Typical usage. Used to register various middleware components that perform specific tasks like authentication, logging, error handling, etc. Each middleware component can access and modify the request and response objects before passing them on to the next component in the chain. Example: public void configure, iApplication Builder app, iWebHost environment env. If env. is development. App use developer exception page. App use static files. App use routing. App use endpoints equals. Endpoints, map controllers. 3. Map, string pattern, func, request delegate. This method is used to conditionally map a request path to a specific middleware component. It takes two arguments. Pattern, a string representing the URL pattern, e.g., /API/**/admin, that the middleware should handle. Func, request delegate similar to use. It's a function that defines the middleware logic. If the request path matches the provided pattern, the corresponding middleware is invoked. Otherwise, the request continues down the pipeline. Typical usage. Used to define different request handling logic based on specific URL patterns. Useful for separating concerns and handling different types of requests with appropriate middleware. Example: public void configure, iApplication Builder app, iWebHost environment env. App map /API equals. API.use routing. API.use endpoints equals. Endpoints, map controllers. App map /admin equals. Admin use authorization. Admin use endpoints equals. Endpoints, map controllers. Key points. The order of middleware registration matters. It defines the order of execution in the pipeline. Run terminates the pipeline while use and map add new processing steps. Map allows for conditional handling based on URL patterns. By effectively using these middleware methods, you can create a robust and flexible request processing pipeline that caters to various functionalities in your ASP NET Core application.